Many people of Uganda have had their phones disconnected and SIM cards switched off, and most have been called for either a new verification exercise or update. Many people had their money stored on their mobile wallets, on their SIM cards, and could not access it. As we speak, we have over 700,000 Ugandans and more who are living abroad that may not have access to these services, but have been using their functional SIM lines for either carrying out remittances at home or storage of their money on their mobile wallets, what we call the mobile money wallet. Now, recently, many have got communication of disruption in service to the effect that their SIM cards are no longer fully functional, and mainly to communication and operation of the mobile money wallets. Now, some were at the period where they were supposed to remit monies for school fees for their children, and others for their own operational businesses. Now, Right Honourable Speaker Nalongo, as the August House here, would like to be the voices of those people that cannot access these services for re-verification. That is one. Some are in the diaspora, but others are also here. The second issue is that those that have even gone back for re-verification have not found their monies on their mobile money wallets after re-verification. And others at some centers have been told to pay a certain sum of money. Now, the unpredictability of our investment society is a deterrence to investment. People should be able to know when they ought to either update their SIM card registration or re-verify. Secondly, we are going into a new phase because a SIM card should be either attached to your travel document, let's say passport, or to your national ID. Now, the issue before us here that we've been talking about was the countrywide update of the national identification card by NIRA. So we are going to go into an exercise of SIM card registration and a year later go back into an update exercise for national ID verification. Now, if there is no coordination between departments of government, and the regulator in that case should be the UCC that regulates these companies, there's a lot of cry about the operations of telecom companies in this country from our people. From people losing money from their mobile money wallets to the, of course, unstable internet that is not fully functional, like you can see, the poor bundle services that they are handling, but also the poor speeds of the internet that we have. But also finally, what is very pressing now, Right Honourable Speaker, is that there are over 1 million people who cannot access their mobile money wallets, that some are in the diaspora, others are here, and who is using their money for short-term borrowing and trading. We must audit that as Parliament. Therefore, we must...
What's your prayer?
My prayer, Right Honourable Speaker, is that the Minister in charge of my ICT, my good friend, the Honourable Dr. Chris Baryomus, comes here and informs the country as to why his government thinks you're doing a favor to the people to be on the telecom platforms, and why there is this disruption year after year and uncoordinated movement in the way you operate.
Uganda Eyenkya.
I want to welcome you to this afternoon sitting. You're most welcome back. And I want to appreciate you for the commitment you put towards your work for the good of our country. While it's a while now since I last chaired this house, I want to thank my young brother, Right Honourable Taebwa, for steering the house while I was away. I sincerely thank him and being a dependable colleague. That's how we should work with each other. I went away on a short notice, but I've got the house the way it was. We thank God for that. In a special way, I also want to thank you people. Thank you, honorable members, for being there in the house whenever we need you and all the time when we need you. Originally, we had adjourned to 15th, but we had to call the house for today because we have very important bills. I want to thank you, the members, for being committed to your work. You're most welcome. As leaders of the 11th Parliament, we strive so much for cohesion and teamwork. Irrespective of the parties, we try our best to want to work together with each other for the good of this country. And in doing that, we should be tolerant. We should be able to listen to each other. And we try to create a conducive environment for our own members, for our colleagues, and we will ensure that we protect every member's right while in this house. We will ensure that we bring cohesion in this house so that we work for the good of our people out there who are whom we represent. And remember, we are the voice of those voiceless. Honorable members, I am also aware of the outstanding demands of opposition, which will be presented to this House on 19th. I've got a report from government. Maybe the leader of, maybe the chief whip will present that, he will respond to that. I've got a response from government that they will be presenting the position to what they were asked to do by 19th. So we should be able to get a report on issues of human rights and the civic space by 19th of this month. That will be next week. But because 19th is the weekend, we shall receive it on Tuesday, which will be 21st. But I want to advise my colleagues, you don't fight when you're out. You fight when you're inside here. You don't, just like when you're in a home. If you're in a home and you're fighting with a woman, you and a husband and a wife, don't run away, be there. Defeat, stay there, so that we see who is who. So it is not good for us to go out and start lamenting from out. Let's be here, solve our people's problems here in this house. Getting out of this house is not a solution. And on that note, therefore, as the leader of this house, I'm going to invoke the roll on the 15 sittings. I am going to invoke the rule on the 15 sittings, and I want you members to come to the house. Don't miss for the 15 sittings. Don't be deceived that you should walk out. I will count 15 sittings. Honorable members, we all appreciate what is going on. We are all Ugandans, and Uganda is for everybody. So if you're not going to do work for the Ugandans when you're in the house, then we'll apply the rule for 15 sittings, and then we'll see what to do. Honorable members, and remember that is Rule 1126 of the Rules of Procedure. Honorable members, as you know, I went for a short leave. I want to bring you greetings from I bring you greetings from Salongo, Nalongo, and Abalongo. They love you all. You're all their uncles and their aunties. And holding a position like mine does not stop one from being a mother. I hope I inspire most of you. And being a politician, I am not a civil servant for anybody to ask, why has she come back from leave? I'm not on maternity leave. A politician does not have maternity leave. The law prescribes for a civil servant. Politician is not a civil servant. So if I'm in good health, I come and serve my country. The problem we have with the social media with our friends who love social media. They know everything. They know, they are doctors, they are nurses, they are gynecologists, they are pediatricians. They even want to be salongos when they cannot be salongos. They want to know when Nalongo is pregnant. They know everything, but they don't know anything. So don't give us a shrinking social space. For us, we are here to serve the nation. We have lives to live, and we must live our lives to the fullest. Honorable members, as we start the House today, I went to Zambia Hospital to check on one of our colleagues, Honorable Segrenya, and I encourage all of you, as a colleague, a brother, a friend, to check on him. But I want to tell you, I was very impressed with the services in that hospital. It's a private hospital, but I was very impressed. I also, on the same note, I want to thank Kampala's hospital. I had a lot of rumors that those politicians spend a lot of our money on going to give birth out. I gave birth from Kampala Hospital here. And they are still asking why a private hospital. It's a choice. Private institutions are here to complement government institutions. Let's not look at smaller things. Let's be happy with our country, love our country. We need private sector to complement government. Yesterday I was in Mulago to visit Honorable Eloto. Honorable Eloto got involved in an accident and is in Mulago. Actually, the time I went to hospital, he was in ICU. I didn't know that Mulago had the best ICU. Mulago has the best equipment in the country. The problem we have with Mulago is the human resource. And as we go into budgeting process, I want us to support the National Referral Hospital by providing them with money for human resource. We also need to support the private sector, which complements the government sector. Honorable members, as you are aware that the term of office for standing committees is coming to an end, I want to request all of you to put your applications to your respective whips so that in the next sitting, when the year is beginning after the break off, we should be able to consider the committees and then the commissioners. Those who want to take up those posts should put in applications and we consider it. And finally, on a special note, I want to thank Mama Janet Museveni and His Excellency the President for the support they gave me when I was doing my motherly duty. I thank all of you for the messages you sent to me, for the love you showed me. I thank in a special note again, Japan, Right Honorable John Patrick, and Mama Mbawasi, and still on a special note, the Katikiro of Buganda. All those people have been there, they've been there for Abalongo. For you, you are the owners of the Abalongo. The other ones are outsiders. So we must really thank them for that. I wish you a nice deliberation for today. Thank you. Next item. Hey.
The Right Honorable Nalongo Anita Among, the Speaker of the Parliament of Uganda. I want to appreciate your statement and to welcome you back in Parliament and to say congratulations on behalf of the people of Busia Municipality and Busia District for having brought us the twins. Madam Speaker, in your submission, you have talked a lot about cohesion, and really I want to thank the Deputy Right Honorable Speaker in your absentia. It was business as usual. That gives us a picture, we who were in the tennis parliament, of demonstrating a lot of unity. I want to agree with you that parliament is the August house, where all issues, complaints, and battles are solved. Our brothers and sisters in opposition, it does not benefit them to go and complain on the streets about the human rights and the civic rights of Ugandans when they are out of the house. At the same time, wherever they are complaining on the streets and outside Parliament, they are full in the restaurant, full in the corridors of Parliament, and full in committee meetings, which brings a question mark whether they are the voice of the people who voted them. I therefore call them upon to come back and also call upon government that we should stop dialogue dealing. Why do we take that long to give a statement on issues that have taken long when opposition are asking for them? The more we delay, the more we give gap to the opposition to show that the NRM regime is not performing. Moreover, we have been there for some time. Therefore, Madam Speaker, you are spot on, and I want to pray that on that day you have given government, they should come with a rightful statement, not to come with a workshop statements, so that opposition can come back to the House and begin checking us who are in government. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, members. One, the Abalongo are not a matter of discussion. As I said, they love you and they wish you well. They are not a matter of a discussion for now. Two, the issue of opposition, I said it, and it is that. Opposition is not one party. I have seen my elder, Matt Cecilia is here, she's opposition. I've seen the president of UPC's opposition. I have seen there's opposition in the House. There's opposition in the House, and all we need is, as I said, cohesion. And members, free sitting. And relax, have an honorable Namilyango, there's even a free seat here. Please have a seat. Honorable members, I want us we will get a statement from government on 19th on that, and as the Honorable Macho says, let's come with a comprehensive statement. It doesn't cost us much, and our colleagues will come. Those who are not in the House will come when they feel they should. Yes, I'll say a word before my chair.
Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable colleagues, I want to join on behalf of government, the whole country, in congratulating you, Mama, for being a Narongo. You look lovely. And so on behalf of government, I want to say that we are happy working with you. I also want to congratulate my muzukuru, the Honorable Member of Parliament, who made it possible. That one. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to also thank members, especially all those who gave you congratulatory messages.
Actually, including yourself, my
Yes,
sister.
including myself. I believe including the president. Everybody is happy that you made it and you have added to the population of this country. Thank you so much. May God bless you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, my sister, Prime Minister. Me, what I can tell you, I'm living a full life. The only thing I was left with were Abalongo. I have it all. I am living a full life. I have no problems. Yes, my chair.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Thank you so much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, allow me to add my voice to colleagues to welcome you back, but also on behalf of the Uganda Women's Parliamentary Association, allow me to congratulate you for this double joy of our little twins. And I wish you and the babies good health. But Right Honourable Speaker, this country is blessed with very good doctors. One of the best doctors in the region. However, Right Honourable Speaker, the doctors lack that enabling environment to enable them perform the tasks that they want to perform or they need to perform. If you went, for example, to the neurosurgery department in Mulago, you will find there are very few. I don't think there are even more than 10 currently qualified neurosurgeons who are at Mulago Hospital. But the space is not there, Right Honourable Speaker. When you move to the regional referral hospitals, we've moved to Mbale. I know we're doing some work. You may ask what I did when we were in the Ministry of Health. But with support from government, we've tried to expand, build some new structure. May go, but they can't. So let us have the facilities so that they can be able to get the services.
I can't go. I live within Uganda. And
thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, for that. And I hope the others also follow suit. If you want to give birth, please give birth within. Giving birth is not a medical condition to take you out of the country. Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you. Honourable members, the issue of health care, we must really take it seriously. Let's not really concentrate on maybe only one hospital. Let's look at all the hospitals throughout. And like we passed a law of recent on organ transplant. I went to see the facilities available, everything is available. But what they don't have is the human resource still. And they don't have the building where they can keep the donor and the donee for them to be able to recover. The construction is underway, but taking too much time. And I don't know, Chairman, you need to make a follow-up on this. Do you have anything to say, Chairman? Health.
Right Honourable. On 6th floor, in the corner, we have 2 theatres that were built purposely for organ transplant and 3 ICUs specially for that purpose. But the problem with Mulago Hospital, Right Honourable, is water. As I've mentioned earlier, the water comes in the night, and by 10 in the morning, there's no water. There are issues to do with the sewage. The air conditioning is not working, and of the 6 lifts, only 5 and only 1 is working. So the hospital, we need 25 billion shillings to be able to put it to the national referral hospital status. And I hope we can get that during the budgeting cycle. Thank you.
Right Honourable Prime Minister, can you give us a response to that?
Right Honourable Speaker and honourable colleagues, I believe everybody is aware that I was a minister in charge of health general duties, and the hospitals follow under that docket. Right Honourable Speaker, being a Prime Minister and having been a Minister of Health, I want to pledge.
First wait for the pledge. He's clapping before you mention the pledge. You pledge.
Honourable Speaker, I want to pledge that it is government's responsibility and a policy to make sure that our people get the deserving treatment in our hospitals. That's why we have at Health Center 3, at Sub County we have a Health Center 3. And we are doing very well in that regard. Every coast west we are supposed to have a Health Center 4. And the number of health centers, 3s are being upgraded to Health Center 4s. At district level we are supposed to have a district hospital. And a number of districts have hospitals. At regional level, we are supposed to have a regional hospital. That is the policy. Right Honorable Speaker, at national level, we are supposed to have the National Referral Hospital. And there are 5. We have Kawempe, we have Chirudu, we have Mulago, we have Butabika, and Entebbe. Honorable Speaker, we make sure that these facilities, that they were not being paid. And the government has enhanced their salaries. That is a plus to government. We are moving in the right direction. And we are going to make sure that all these other things are catered for. That's my pledge.
Honorable Prime Minister, thank you so much. I just want to let the House know that when you look at ICU, all the beds have equipment, 29 beds, very modern equipment, but they have only 14 workers, meaning they can handle only 14. And then when you look at dialysis, they are supposed to handle 75 patients, but they have only 10 health workers, meaning they cannot handle the rest. So let's see how we can budget for money to increase on the labor. Basically, it's only just increasing on the human resource. Huh? Yes?
Investing in the health sector, because if we have an enemy now in the country, His Excellency the President has pacified the country. Now the only enemy we have in the country, we are talking about diseases. What is killing our people are not rebels, at least. We cannot compare this time to the previous times, but at least if we can only invest in the health sector, we can have the country we deserve. I want to thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. No.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I want to appreciate that you have recognized me.
Yeah.
Although
Doctor wants to respond on mental health. I think he wants
before me.
Yes, before you.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I can only welcome you to the club of the Balongos and the Salongos and the Nalongos, because I was there before several years ago when I gave birth to 2 bouncing boys, and they are still alive up to now. So seeing you following in my footsteps, I'm very, very proud that those special seats have not yet disappeared from Uganda. So I encourage young women to make sure you get the right men and increase our membership. Right? Right, Honorable Speaker, I'm standing here not very aware whether the opposition is still in protest. But in case they are in protest, because of very important matters of national importance, I'm compelled to come here and address the issue in the House. I have no other platform. So I want to make that matter straight. And secondly, also, since I'm now here, I'm pleading with the government to make sure that the matter of the opposition is addressed as soon as possible. We don't want to see a divided country. It is high time we show political maturity by being together, although we disagree, but we should always be together. But Right Honorable Speaker, I requested you that I raise a matter of national importance pertaining to a very important international agreement which Uganda as a country and the whole of Africa who are members and other regions are supposed to sign, and the deadline is tomorrow. Right Honorable Speaker, you assigned me responsibility to be in the delegation of ACP EU. And by virtue of that, I've been participating in the debates pertaining to this particular agreement. You are all aware that the ACP EU had the Lome Convention, which lasted for 20 years. And from 2018 to 2020, they have been discussing how they can review the agreement to come up with a new Tottenham agreement. Indeed, the agreement has been reviewed, but new clauses have been entered into this new Tottenham agreement, which we have raised on the floor of this House. But we are insisting that the government should come up and address this House so that we know what is the position of Uganda on the new Tottenham agreement. Right, Honourable Speaker, in 1 minute, I want to tell you that this agreement raised 4 critical areas that need to be addressed. One is that the 3 regions of Africa, Caribbean, and Pacific have to be separated in this new agreement, whereas AU remains a solid bloc. But Africa must now stand alone, Pacific and Caribbean. Now, we disagree with this because we are the ones who are going to benefit from the European Union fund. Now, if we are separated, you definitely weaken our bargaining power. So we feel this is a matter which we must fight and reject. And we cannot allow to sign an agreement which is going to make us weaker. Secondly, Right Honourable Speaker, one of the things that will hurt you and me and all Ugandans is that in that agreement, the or whatever it is, will have to accept because we have signed the new Tottenham agreement. And finally, Right Honourable Speaker, there are so many clauses that we can all read. The document is available in the library, but one of the things that has come out loud and clear and emphasized in Meti, which you have been at the front line to fight, it is now a critical issue, which if you don't accept this LGBTQI and even Q now is there, we in Africa, and particularly we Christians, you commit an abortion, it is a crime. To commit an abortion, you cannot enter heaven because you have killed life. But for us, it's now a right that anybody can do abortion and should not be a sin or a crime. I don't know whether we can allow that. For me as a Christian and as an African, I don't think I would allow that. Right Honourable Speaker, it is important that you know the membership of this ACP-EU.
Are facing a disruption in their order of business and communications operations. As you may have realized, many people of Uganda have had their phones disconnected and SIM cards switched off, and most have been called for either a new verification exercise or update. Many people had their monies stored on their mobile wallets, on their SIM cards, and could not access it. As we speak, we have over 700,000 Ugandans and more who are living abroad that may not have access to these services, but have been using their functional SIM lines for either carrying out remittances at home or storage of their money on their mobile wallets, what we call the mobile money wallet. Now, recently, many have got communication of disruption in service to the effect that their SIM cards are no longer fully functional, and mainly to communication and operation of the mobile money wallets. Now, some were at the period where they were supposed to remit monies for school fees for their children, and others for their own operational businesses. Now, Right Honourable Speaker, Nalongo, as the August House here, would like to be the voices of those people that cannot access these services for re-verification. That is one. Some are in the diaspora, but others are also here. The second issue is that those that have even gone back for re-verification have not found their monies on their mobile money wallets after re-verification. And others at some centers have been told to pay a certain sum of money. Now, the unpredictability of our investment society is a deterrence to investment. People should be able to know when they ought to either update their SIM card registration or re-verify. Secondly, we are going into a new phase because a SIM card should be either attached to your travel document, let's say passport, or to your national ID. Now, the issue before us here that we've been talking about was the countrywide update of the national identification card by NIRA. So we are going to go into an exercise of SIM card registration and a year later go back into an update exercise for national ID verification. Now, if there is no coordination between departments of government, and the regulator in that case should be the UCC that regulates these companies, there's a lot of cry about the operations of telecom companies in this country from our people, from people losing money from their mobile money wallets to the, of course, unstable internet that is not fully functional, like you can see, the poor bundle services that they are handling, but also the poor speeds of the internet that we have. But also finally, what is very pressing now, Right Honorable Speaker, is that there are over 1 million people who cannot access their mobile money wallets, that some are in the diaspora, others are here, and who is using their money for short-term borrowing and trading. We must audit that as Parliament. Therefore, we must...
What's your prayer?
My prayer, Right Honorable Speaker, is that the Minister in charge of my ICT, my good friend, the Honorable Dr. Chris Bariomus, comes here and informs the country as to why his government thinks you're doing a favor to the people to be on the telecom platforms, and why there is this disruption year after year and uncoordinated movement in the way you operate. UCC calls for verification, and before you know, we shall have new countrywide SIM card, national ID verification and update. So how many times shall we be moving hence and forth?
Thank you, Chris. You'll have to come up with a statement to that effect. I've had a number of people saying they've been cut off.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. And I want to thank the Honourable Sereko for raising the issue, although he's mixing many things in his submission. Government is coordinated, and the various agencies of government, UCC, NIRA, Ministry of Security, Ministry of ICT, we are coordinated and harmonized. I will come with a statement, maybe written, maybe next week, but for now what I can confirm is that under the leadership of UCC, there has been a process of verification of SIM cards. And if your card was not verified, if you use it to call, there would be a reminder that between now and 11th November, please verify this card, otherwise it will be switched off. Even me, my Airtel card, I had to go for verification, and no money was charged from me. So the process is on, but I will come with a written statement, maybe Tuesday, if you give me time to give the details.
Thank you.
But we shall investigate whether in the process people's money is being removed from the SIM cards.
Yes.
So the issue of the diaspora, we shall come with the answers.
Finance has a response on money. You know, it talks money.
But it is also true that next year, through NIRA, there will be a mass registration of all citizens. And there is no contradiction with the current process of verifying SIM cards, because, no. You can get the new ID, but the NIN can remain the same. So there is no contradiction at all. All these activities are harmonized and are well coordinated within the government. Thank you very much.
And it's also good for us to continuously have updates and verification.
But also to add, Madam Speaker Narongo, that one of the benefits of this exercise is to reduce or eliminate cyber crimes which are committed using telecommunication, because you find there are people who have SIM cards, they are not registered in their names, and they use them to commit crimes. So one of the benefits of this exercise is to make sure that if you have a SIM card, it is in your names, and you are responsible for anything you do using that SIM card. So we call upon the members and the public to cooperate with the government to make sure that we have SIM cards registered. It
was actually the move of computer misuse.
Absolutely.
So it's
a written statement to answer all the issues, but I also engage Honorable Sereko to give me more details so that we can have a comprehensive.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, in the year 2020, this House enacted a law called National Payment Systems Act. This act established a platform where all electronic money is regulated by Bank of Uganda. I wish to allay the fears of Honorable Sereko that those who are being cut off, their money is being lost. That is not the case. All this money settles in Bank of Uganda, and the customers, the owners, the claimants of the money, there is a mechanism in the Bank of Uganda where they can claim all these balances. I thank you.
Thank you so much. Honorable David.
Right Honourable Speaker and colleagues, Right Honourable Speaker, when the people of Kabale heard about the good news of the twins, they were very happy. And the testimony is the delegation that we have sent here today to our parliament.
Honorable members, you clap for the Kabale team.
And honourable members, the Speaker of Kabale District Council, Madam Flavia Kanagizi, is actually a mother-in-law of the Right Honourable Deputy Speaker, Honourable Thomas Tayebwa, and she's here. So we want to congratulate you, Madam Speaker, and we pray and hope that now you have a new status of Nalongo that gives you momentum to fight for causes of health, especially reducing the maternal mortality rate and infant mortality rate in our country. Congratulations, thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you, our mother-in-law. It is not a mother-in-law, mother-in-love. The mother-in-love to the Deputy Speaker, you're most welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Next item.
Item 3. Bills first reading, 3.1. The Alcoholic Drinks Control Bill 2023.
Honorable members.
Uganda Eyenkya.